Hi there and welcome to another Midweek Memo. Guess who? A famous game, an ancient one, all the way back, it seems, to the days of Jesus and his disciples. He gathered them together in Mark chapter 8 and he says, "Who do people say I am?" Elijah, some of them answer, John the Baptist, perhaps one of the prophets. But none of those were the right answer. No, Jesus was someone else. And he focuses in his question to the disciples themselves. Who do you say I am? And Peter comes straight out with it. You are the Messiah. You're the one. And Peter is thrilled, and so is Jesus, except he immediately says, don't tell anyone. Why? Well, I guess because a little bit like guess who? Just knowing the name of the person doesn't mean we know everything about them. In fact, it turns out the Messiah is very different from what Peter had expected. Jesus went on to explain how he would be handed over, how he would be betrayed, how he would suffer and die. And Peter was so outraged by that, he told Jesus off. And Jesus came right back at him saying, no, you haven't got God's ideas, God's priorities in mind at all. You need to go my way, and that involves going to the cross. And so it is with us. First of all, we have that question. Guess who? Who is Jesus? It's kind of the most important question anyone could ask. But secondly, even once we've answered, you are the Messiah, we have that challenge. Do we know what he's really like? Do we recognize that he might be very different from what we expected? Specifically, do we realize that just as he went on his way, not to glory immediately, but to the cross, he calls us to follow him and take up our own cross and deny ourselves. And that way, we really get to know what he's like. 3 notices to share with you. First of all, this evening at 8 p.m. in church, we have the third of our evenings on ancient prayer practices. This time we're going all the way back to Scripture itself and thinking about what does it mean to pray in the Spirit? How does the revelatory work of God, the way that he opens our eyes and makes things clear to us, relate to our prayers to him? So do join us for that. It's going to be a great evening. Looking a little bit further ahead, we've got a few weeks to close the gap on our 1K challenge. We promoted that before Christmas. We're looking to make up our deficit for the year so that we can come to the decisions that we need to make halfway through the year about our expenditure, confident that we can meet those. More information on that down below in the links. And then thirdly, let me say a few words about Easter. On Easter Sunday, as usual, we'll have our 10 a.m. all-age celebration in the morning, and then in the evening, confidence in the resurrection at 6:30 p.m. But I want to say a few more words about Good Friday. On Good Friday at 10 a.m. we have an all-age service where we're going to be reliving those last moments of Jesus' life in an all-age appropriate way. A fantastic thing to bring family along to. And then in the afternoon at 2 p.m. we have our Good Friday meditations. A great opportunity through art, through music, through quiet and a more meditative, contemplative style to really consider what does the cross mean for each of us? What has the Lord done and how might that shape our lives? So do join us for those on Good Friday. Thanks for joining us.